Venezuelan security forces are hunting for a rogue police officer who stole a helicopter to launch an airborne attack on the government. In extraordinary scenes, the chopper strafed the country's Supreme Court and a government ministry in the capital Caracas. The attack marks a dramatic escalation in violence that erupted in March as protests grow against the socialist president and his government. Ann Barker reports.
The brazen attack in downtown Caracas has stunned Venezuelans. In broad daylight, a police helicopter was seen buzzing across the capital, then dropping several grenades on Venezuela's Supreme Court. The chopper then fired 15 shots into the Interior Ministry. Both are seen as institutions that support the government of President Nicolás Maduro. The two buildings were busy at the time, though no one was injured. The police pilot, Oscar Perez, who later abandoned the helicopter on a beach, posted a video statement online demanding the government's removal from office. We demand you, President Nicolás Maduro Moros, your immediate resignation together with your ministerial group and to immediately call for general elections, he said. The rogue policeman said he was part of a coalition of military, police and civilians whose mission is to restore democracy to Venezuela.
Somos guerreros de Dios.
President Maduro has branded those behind the attack as terrorists and accused them of plotting to overthrow his government. He says the attack goes beyond mere protest and ordered security forces to hunt them down. Is this the democracy you want? He said. Can we call this kind of act an act of protest? We have to guarantee, rain or shine, that this country in a free way can elect the National Constituent Assembly as the great power of the country. Terror attack or not, Venezuela faces a worsening crisis. Hundreds of thousands of civilians have taken to the streets on an almost daily basis to protest against Maduro's government. At least 75 people have been killed since March. Many Venezuelans see the president as a dictator and blame him for destroying the economy. The once oil-rich nation is now a failed state, with rising food shortages, extreme poverty and soaring inflation, though collapsing oil prices are partly to blame. And while many Venezuelans denounce the helicopter attack, opposition supporters who are again on the streets say the government is now weaker than ever. For me, this attack was a set-up, a show, says one woman. If it really was an attack against the state or against the republic, people would not have come out to the streets today. Opposition members accuse the government of staging the attack itself to justify a new round of repression. As President Maduro's popularity falls, he's taken steps to shore up his government and weaken the opposition. Measures announced this week expand the powers of judicial figures aligned with the government and seek to weaken the National Assembly, controlled by the opposition. Venezuela's chief state prosecutor, Luisa Ortega, has spoken against the measures, saying they're undemocratic and undermine Venezuela's constitution. The Supreme Court is made up of the main actors who are denigrating the Constitution, she says, and I won't allow that. Anti-government protesters say the only way out for Venezuela is a new general election, which isn't due until 2019.
Ann Barker reporting.